magic. We're magic. Magic Mondays with Colleen.
Hello and welcome. I'm just lighting this lovely candle that I got from my mentor, Mary Morrissey. So fun. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Magic Mondays. It's Monday at 11 Pacific time, so here I am, as is. And just in case you're wondering, this is not a wife beater shirt. This is an actual ladies tank top. Yeah. So, but I am not opposed to wearing a wife beater. And I hope that doesn't trigger anybody, because it's not the nicest name, but paints a picture, right, of how classy it is. Okay, so Yvonne is here. Hi, Yvonne. Yvonne, we need to talk one of these days. Well, we don't. I would love to talk to you one of these days. Anyway, that being said, let us go ahead and find your theme song. Here you go.
Yvonne is in the house. Check her out.
Check her out. Okay, I'm so curious. Well, okay, Yvonne, I can tell you these things to your face over the phone, but I am interested in many things in your life, especially the donkeys. Okay, so that being said, welcome, whether you're watching live or more than likely in the future. Welcome to Magic Mondays. I'm your hostess with the mostess, to steal that from Spinal Tap. I'm Colleen McCann, your love and magic mentor, perhaps. Yeah. So, whoo, things are really moving in my world, and whoo, but it's moving in at a pace that I can acclimate to and handle, and not make myself crazy like I used to when I was younger. The way I'm letting all of my magic, I'm just letting it all unfold, including my mentoring, which has turned out to be so much, so much more magical than I could have ever anticipated. And yeah, and I'll just keep telling you. If you have any interest in learning how to do the energy work, well, you would start doing it like I do. My intention for you would be to expand it into your own thing. Like, take my work as a starting point, and it's really more of a way of considering things and building self-trust and self-love and self-exploration, and it just goes on and on. So if that ever sounds appealing to you, don't hesitate to contact me at my website, energyhealingwithcolleen.com. I would love to talk to you and see if this might be a fit for you. And as I keep saying, playfully but seriously, if this is the right thing for you, it will change your whole fucking life. Just saying. Okay. Yeah. So that being said, what do I have written here? Oh, so since we last saw each other, I did my third monthly radio show on newsforthesoul.com, which has been going on for a gazillion years, like 28 years, I believe. Yeah, it's been run by this one woman. She's fascinating. Anyway, uh, yeah, so I got really nervous and really like, ugh, like maybe I don't want to do this. Maybe this isn't right for me. And ultimately, I realized like, ooh, I feel really vulnerable. It's one thing to do this, which I've gotten used to. Thank you for everybody who's tuned in, people who have come and gone over the last almost 5 years. Boy, do I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are such I hope this is of help to you in many ways, but man, have you been integral in me expanding into my mission and my vision of well, I'm on a mission to help sensitive women reclaim their magic, empowerment, and optimism by learning, kind of my signature. I guess I feel weird saying my signature brand energy work, but it is mine. So it's what's come through me over the last 17, almost 18 years. Yeah, and I would love Like, I'm finally ready to share it and teach you how to do this. And the women are picking it up so quickly. I believe we've been at it for about 2 months now. And some of them just very recently picking up a pendulum after reading my book. And the things that they're doing, it's astounding. Things that took me all this time to like slowly pick up. Now I'm able to share it in a way that people are picking up quickly. If it's the right thing for you, seriously, let me know. All right. So White Jasmine, aka Blanca, is here. So you know what that gets you, Blanca. Da, da, da. It'll get it for you in just a moment. Okay, here you go.
Blanca, oh Blanca, thank you for showing up today. Yay!
Thanks for being here, Blanca. And Dr. Shannon says, hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Shannon. Oh, I'm glad you tuned in, Shannon, because last week, just to a recap for anybody who missed it or was here, I mentioned that Dave and I, in anticipation of moving sometime, I don't know where we're going to move. I don't know what we're doing, but it's happening. I just don't know the whens yet. But in anticipation of that, when I think of moving, I think, oof, it feels very heavy. And I finally started really looking at okay, I've been talking to the universe almost ever since we've lived here, which has been about 9.5 years. It's like, this place is amazing, but I know it's not our last landing place. So I've been I've been specifically on a regular basis, talking to the universe about, this is what I'm learning from the house I'm in now, and Javier, who I love. And this is what I love. And I know the universe has dazzled me every time I move since I've been with Dave. And I just expect that I'm going to be dazzled again. So I'm putting constant energy into that. And so really paying attention to, as my business is growing and things are really shifting, really thinking about moving and where do we want to move. And I'm just messing around. Like, I'll move. I really believe that we just need a pocket of loveliness to live in. I don't need the entire state to be blue. I don't need every person to be blah, 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 which is good because there are every kind of people everywhere, just sometimes to larger degrees. So, and come to find out, he probably told me this originally, but when we were going to move up to North County and Vista in California, North County, San Diego, Dave's office is in San Diego, and one of his patients told him, like, oh, you're moving to ultra-right Christianville or something like that. And Dave's like, oh, wow. And if you know that, like, ooh, that town, ooh, it's ultra-right Christian, better not live there. Well, still don't see it. There's some churches around, but there's always churches around. So I don't know. What am I saying? I'm just becoming more and more open to moving somewhere very different. I am from Southern California. I've lived in Northern California. So I've given California a good sampling. I love, love, love California and the weather. The sunshine means a lot to me. But, I see you, Marianne. We'll get to you in a second. And I saw your post today. Yeah, she's in Alaska, I believe, with her nieces. Sweet. So I'm just really playing with moving somewhere very different. And I've been really attached to, like, I need a house. I want a house, not an apartment. But, maybe we'll have a lovely apartment. And I've been so like, oh, I want to buy a house, but maybe I don't. I'm just reconsidering everything. Being a renter, that gives you a lot of freedom and don't have to fix a lot of things and take care of, like, I don't think Dave has any interest in taking care of a yard. So maybe we'll just, anyway, so what is my point? So I'm really looking to lighten our loads. And so I've talked about, like, we're giving away our record albums to my brother, including this beautiful CD cabinet. He doesn't know about the cabinet yet, but containing all of our CDs. We don't need them. We really don't. And it's really empowering and liberating to let go of things that you think you need to hold on to. but they're just things. And I don't want anything to slow me down, because as I expand in my mission and my business, and yeah, I intend for things to become simpler overall as I expand. And I just want to be able to roam the planet if we choose to. Yeah. So wherever I was going with that, oh yeah, we decided the other day as we were sitting in our sauna that we love. It's so fun to have a home sauna. Well, especially if you like your partner, um, and, and you just have a good time together wherever you are, and you like to sweat, and you're really that's where we usually sink our money. It's in healthy type stuff, like a home sauna or non-reactive cookware. Um, yeah. But anyway, so we realized, you know what, we're probably not going to want to move our sauna again. So we'll give it to somebody if somebody wants a used sauna. Um, yeah, it's quite cumbersome, but once you have it set up, it's amazing. And I think we've had it for like 12 years, and highly recommended. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Oh, and part of that, Shannon. So what I was going to say, I'm so glad I remembered. The whole reason I brought that up is like, I'm just on the lookout for what am I willing to not move? Not, yeah. And so like both of our couches are going to go because they've kind of had it. Um, and like a dresser that's kind of, it's a little bit wobbly. I'm like, okay, we're not going to try to move it. It's fine for now, but whatever. Our total gym that Dave bought before we ever met. Yeah, was that like Van Damme or something was advertising that? Anyway, so what I advertised last time or threw out there just kind of playing, I told Shan, oh well, I said like that I was getting together like, oh, my pendulum equipment, like all the beads and all the extra stuff I have, and there's a lot of magical stuff in there, and I decided I don't think I need to carry that. And if I decide to make pendulums again, well, I'll probably do it differently, so I don't need all this old stuff. So liberating. So I have a girlfriend who has 2 little girls who will love it. And I made another magical container for another little girl of a friend. And so Dr. Shannon, she threw out there in the comments like, I want a magic box. And so I told her, okay, watch what you asked for. And so immediately after last week's Magic Mondays, I immediately went to like, what can I put in this magic box for Shannon? So I found a great box. Yeah. And so it's filled for you, Shannon. I have your address. I thought I was going to mail it Saturday, and I'm so glad you've tuned in because that didn't happen. It'll happen hopefully sometime this week. Anyway, so just silly fun. Yeah. And I think as adults, we don't, a lot of us, I do, but a lot of us don't have enough silly fun and reminders of magic in the world. So, Shannon, that is coming your way. So, also, hi, Marianne. Okay, I don't have to tell you who Marianne is. We'll let the theme song talk about it. And she's in Alaska, I believe, with her nieces. And wow, how fun to have you as an aunt. Oh my gosh. And because of these things, and that'll be explained in the song. Give me just a second. Here you go.
Marianne has a fabulous pair of cans. Calling once made a cake, but there is no mistake. Hey, hey, let's welcome Marianne. Welcome.
So that was for you, Marianne. And Shannon says she's excited. Thank you. Yeah, it's funny because I had messaged Shannon telling her that I was going to do this, and she's like, "Oh, like, what's your Venmo?" Or like, I'll Venmo you some money. And I'm like, "Oh, that's not necessary." But then as the box got heavier, I told her, "Okay, I might Venmo you for the charge for the shipping." And she's like, "Oh, I have no trouble paying for shipping and handling." So, yay, Shannon. Thank you. And she says, come visit me and check out my cool area. It's nothing like Clearwater. Okay, so she's in Florida. Yeah, well, Shannon, you just never know. I don't know if I could live in Florida again, or well, again. I never lived there, but it was kind of like I lived there because I went like 20 times or something in the span of a few years. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, it's very different there. Yeah, who knows? I'm ready for a change. Yeah. So, but thank you for the invitation. Like I've got several cool people that I'll just add you to our list of possible cool people to visit and feel the area out. Um, yeah. So thank you for, and also thank you for making sure I knew that it was nothing like Clearwater. Probably you don't see groups of people dressed all the same, like scurrying to another building. Like, okay. Yeah. So, so this week, I think I was starting to say, I was really worked up because I was going to do my radio gig again. And blah blah blah, cut to it, I realized, oh, all I need to do, like I was supposed to come up with a topic or a theme, and I was going to talk about letting go of what no longer serves you, what's kind of holding you back or what's weighing you down, to move forward. But I realized, like, no, I changed my topic officially, not that it mattered, to vulnerability is the new sexy. um, yeah, and boy, doing this has really helped me be okay talking about what I talk about. Now I feel like I can talk to anybody, but last year at this time I still didn't feel that way. Thank you, Mary Morrissey, and your amazing mentorship that helped me get to my next step, which is what I'm doing with my Love and Magic mentoring. Yeah, feeling better as an empath. Whoo! If you're sensitive and you knew you could feel better at your own hands by unpeeling the energy behind the things that are getting your attention and really fucking you up, life just gets better and better. I'll just keep saying it. Yeah. So I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. So going into my radio gig, I was like, oh, I was all nervous. And then I realized, no, vulnerability is the new sexy. And all I need to do is talk about how I'm feeling and how empowering it is to actually, not at every moment, like you don't need to be, putting out your like, oh, I'm worried about this and I feel this about this to everybody. No, that's not helpful. But when you're able to express an actual human emotion and out loud to maybe even only yourself, I mean, that's a start. To be vulnerable with yourself, like, wow, I've really been unhappy all these years. Or I haven't been quite, I don't feel as good as I let on. Sometimes you just have to let yourself know and bring light to that so you can start bringing more and more light to it and feeling better. Yeah. So anyway, I did my radio gig. It went by like that. I mean, ultimately, I think I have like 50 minutes. So it's not even a full hour. But well, if you've ever done any kind of public speaking, 1 minute can be excruciating. But doing this, well, what feels extra vulnerable about a radio gig is, okay, at least right now, I can see how many people are at least watching through, I guess, YouTube. I'm not even sure what my stats are. Is it Facebook that's showing me that? I don't know. But at least I can tell if anybody is watching live. But with the radio thing, I have no way of knowing. And that really brought up a lot of shit for me. It's like, ooh, this is next level vulnerability. And like, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. And I was like, well, as Gay Hendricks would say, I was upper limiting, because as I get happier and expansive in my work and putting out my work and getting myself out there, we tend to upper limit when we're expanding because it doesn't fit into our original programming. Yeah. So that's a whole nother story of a new thing that's come through for me energetically that's cutting through a lot of shit. But yeah. Anyway, so where am I going? Who knows? Oh, but I did my radio gig, and the biggest thing and the reason I'm talking about it is I'm so grateful. I decided I'm going to hang in there and do this until at least the end of the year. The lady who runs it, Nicole Whitney, she's like, give it some time, because it takes a while to, kind of build your audience. But this time was so helpful that 2 different callers wanted to talk to me. So as I say, in that particular broadcast, I'm like, ooh, yay! I get to be like Frasier, and then Nicole's my Roz, and I'm kind of Frasiera. So yay me! And and these people were like, "Can I give you some validation of what you just found?" And it was just over and over. "Can I give you some more validation?" And then, as if I paid her, she's like, "I want to. What is the name of your book, and how do I find it?" Well, I even joked around. I told her like, "Okay, well, I'll send you a check later for saying like the perfect thing." Um, yeah, but it's so liberating. And if you're feeling stuck in your life, try stepping into something that you feel a little uncomfortable around and see what happens in your world. Yeah, because I know I can think of just a couple of years ago, like Dave and I both got sick at the same time, and it was just both of us going low at the same time. Ooh, is that something to bring my shit up? Usually, if he's struggling, then I'm there to help him out, and vice versa. But when we both go down, ooh, and I remember just feeling like nothing can ever be okay again, and I felt so stuck and desperate, and yeah. And now it's like, oh, isn't that cute? So if you're feeling stuck, yeah, just try something you haven't tried for a while. Or if you're sensitive and you're feeling badass, well, if you've read my book, because that's part of the qualifications, read my book and then do a discovery call and see if it's a fit. Because I don't want you to dump a bunch of money on something that isn't the right fit for you. Yeah, I'm not interested in taking people's money if it's not the right fit. Nope, because I'm not being desperate about it. Anyway, like when I was first a chiropractor, I used to joke around to other friends who were struggling. It's like, oh, can I charge you just this little bit of money to help heal your body? Oh, and I'll wash your car too. Yeah, that shit is over. So that's one of the great things about getting older and better seasoned, well seasoned. That's what I'm thinking of it as. Okay, but if you want to check out my show, yeah, well, it's on my website, energyhealingwithcolleen.com. It's at the top. You can just click on it. And hopefully be led there. Nicole's website needs some work, but I understand how it's hard to do all of the things as she does her magic in the world. Anyway, so yeah. And last week, I got real triggered, or maybe it was the week before. I got real triggered over like it was a trigger that kind of I had to work through different parts of it, probably over a day and a half. And what's kind of interesting to me about it and humorous. Oh, it was not funny at the moment. When I was thick in it, there was part of me going, this is funny. And I'm like, no, it's not. I know it will be someday, and now it is funny. And if you have children in your house, or if you're really like about things, well, you're probably not watching me. But there was a song in my head like the whole time. And it's by a group of men called The Lonely Island. And Andy Samberg and his 2 amazing, hilarious friends. It's one of their SNL digital shorts called Jizz in My Pants. If you haven't seen Jizz in My Pants by Lonely Island on SNL, you are missing out. It's just one of the funniest things ever. And it was just extra kind of like, what the fuck, when I was in the middle of a trigger that I was working on. Anyway, so I really felt that long story was necessary in order for you to understand how amazing this song is somehow. Which leads me to my other obsession, which I think I'm kind of good on for a while, but it's also by Lonely Island. And it's called Mother Lover. And if you don't know Lonely Island, they are the bringers of magic of Dick in a Box. on SNL. And if you're not aware of all of those, well, then you're probably not aware of the third in the trilogy of the Dick in the Box series. It was Dick in a Box, Mother Lover, and then Not Gay if it's a three-way. Oh my God. And featuring Lady Gaga. So that's pretty great. It's not the best one, but they do a good job. And Justin Timberlake. Hello. Okay. Well, that's half of the things I wrote down right before I came on here. Yeah. Well, I think this is a good time to get to a sponsor. Let's see. And today's sponsor is one moment. Okay. Okay, I didn't even mean to click that, but what issue in your life could use some reframing? Man, is that a powerful tool? Yeah, but really, here's our sponsor for today. Today's sponsor, new book called Marshall, Marshall, Marshall by Eminem. That's right, Marshall Mathers, aka Eminem. Marshall, Marshall, Marshall. Okay, so enough on that. And how do I get out of this? Why can't I get rid of this? There we go. Sheesh. I really need that helper monkey. Yeah. And also another sponsor. We're just kind of doubling up here. Joni loves tchotchkes for all of your knick-knack needs. Joni loves tchotchkes. And you just might be too young to know that that is hilarious. Okay. Yeah. And, oh, I just remembered, I believe I saw a message from the lovely, wait for it, Gabby. Here we go.
Gabri J, Gabri K, Gabrielle is here today. Welcome.
Yes, welcome. Okay, so, all right. Okay. I don't really need to include that. Shannon's box, Oh Magic, that's been mentioned. Coming soon. I will let you know when that's on its way. Oh, and we watched a documentary last night. It was sort of interesting until I fell asleep. But Dave watched the whole thing. That Jaws has turned 50. And if you're of a certain age, you remember, like, gosh, did my family watch it at the drive-in or did we go into a theater? Dave said he saw it in a theater. Yeah, it must have been a drive-in thing, but would our parents take us to that scary of a movie? I don't know. All I know is I was not allowed to watch Saturday Night Fever when I was in the 6th grade, and it was very popular. And now I know why, because it's dismal. But the music is amazing. Oh, and I think I need to admit something. I haven't done this for, gosh, so long, but I went to meet some girlfriends who I met through my mentoring program with Mary Morrissey, and we met for dinner, and I decided to grab a CD while I still have them. Just grab a random CD, and I grabbed Michael Jackson's Off the Wall, and we still have Michael Jackson on. Well, it was the iPod. Now it's on my phone. And for a while, it's like I felt kind of guilty enjoying his music. And I don't know if he's guilty or not. Anyway, and I decided to let it go because his music is amazing. And this album is one of the best ever, maybe in the top 5. So I allowed myself to enjoy Michael Jackson's Off the Wall. And oh my God, it's so good. And if you're too young, Michael Jackson was an amazing musician and a possible pedophile. So we're just going to go with amazing musician. And while I'm admitting things, for the first time in I don't even know how long, maybe a couple decades, I started a Woody Allen movie. I allowed myself to dip back into the world of Woody Allen. Yeah, him marrying Soon-Yi is just gross, but and what he's possibly done to his daughter. I decided that's none of my business. His movies are still amazing. And I got through about 5 minutes of Hannah and her sisters before I'm like, that's enough. But I'm allowing myself to dip in if I want. Wow. Colleen, tell us more. This is riveting. Okay. All right. Oh, and it turns out One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is also 50 years old. Wow. Oh, Jack Nicholson in that movie. Randall P. McMurphy. Hot. Okay. Well, I guess covered all of that. Okay, Coop. Thanks for hanging in there for all this important news that I've spent, let's see, an exact half hour on. Yeah. So, but seriously, if the radio thing is really nice, go to my website and energyhealingwithcolleen.com and you can find it out. Okay. So let us get in the right place and let's catch up with Coop, shall we?
Ooh, ooh, we're catching up with Coop. We're catching up with Coop. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect timing. My air conditioner just kicked on, so it just now. It's been off all morning.
Well, now you're bragging.
It knew I was coming on. It just kicked on while you were playing my song. So hopefully it's not too loud. So
if I'm hearing it, I'm not aware of it.
Okay, cool.
I hear all kinds of sounds around me. So
hopefully the microphone on this camera is pretty good. Hopefully
well, you're doing great so far.
Okay, cool. All right.
So yay. So you're bragging because you have AC, but you have to in Sacramento.
Yeah, well, actually, I abandoned my central air. I have it, but I don't know if something's wrong with my vents but like in the later part of the day, it gets really, really hot upstairs, and it just seems like it's taking the hot air from upstairs and just pumping it through the vents. It's not cooling things. So I have a portable AC downstairs, and I have one upstairs for Brock.
Oh, that's nice. We have a few portables, but it's been a few years since we've used them.
It uses about half the electricity, and so the kitchen's a little warm, and the spare bedrooms are a little warm. But yeah, other than that, really, it's not a problem. So, and it costs about half as much as cooling the whole house down. So,
well, cool. Yeah, and it doesn't make sense. You're not occupying the whole house, so if there's not a house full of people, yeah. When as I said out loud to you just now, it's like, oh, well, if you're in Sacramento, you have to have air conditioning. No, you don't. You can buy a car and live in Northern California for many more years and not have AC in your car, even though you're hot and who you later slept with, car salesman. No, I didn't sleep with him to get a deal. I slept with him after because he was hot. But he did try to talk me into getting a stick shift, and that would save like $1,000, and I could put that toward AC. And I'm like, nope. And I got an automatic and seriously, my reasoning was because, well, first of all, I didn't drive a stick, even though every guy I ever dated tried to teach me or wanted to teach me or offered at least. Yeah, I judged it on if I'm hungover, I don't want to have to move more than I have to. For realsies. Classy. Yeah, party girl. Yeah, turns out really sensitive, and boy, was it a relief to drink and not feel all my shit. Woo! Yeah.
It was fun back then. Yeah, it's way too much work now.
Oh my God. I have my thing now is I have what?
The money. Just to go out to bars all the time, get drunk at bars. God damn, all the money that I spent. I mean,
I buy hard kombucha, and so I'll have like one if I even finish it. And then it's just like a little something and never a hangover. It's just a little something lovely. And I like to think it's not as damaging if it's fermented, but whatever. I don't know. Whatever. It works for me. Stop arguing with me. Anyway, I'm kidding. Yeah. So what's happening in your world besides that of the AC update?
Not a lot. Everything's cool.
Cool. So have you seen the Dick in the Box series?
Oh yeah, I'm very familiar. Although I don't know that I saw the last one with Lady Gaga. I'm not sure I'm familiar with I didn't know it was a trilogy.
Yeah, Lady Gaga. Basically, both of them are hooking up with her, have a date with her, and they show up at the same time. And She wants a three-way, and ultimately
yeah.
that's it. It's not gay if it's a three-way. With these friends who clearly, I don't know what their deal is, but yeah.
I know.
Like in Mother Lover.
They seem pretty close.
Yeah, and there's a lot of looking each other right in the eye as they sing to each other and talk about fucking each other's mothers, because they're both so lonely. So let's do a great, like this, as they said, this is the second best idea that we ever had. The first best idea was Dick in a Box, which they went to jail for 5 months. So it's
But
kind of crazy.
I remember them getting put in police cars at some point. So yeah, okay, first one.
And I think it was like, I think Patricia Clarkson is supposed to be Justin Timberlake's mom. So she's, about to have sex with Andy Samberg. And she puts, so they're in her bed. So she puts down the picture of her son, Justin Timberlake. And then Andy Samberg lifts it up, so he'll be like there. And then Patricia Clarkson's response is, ooh. God, it's so good. I love it so much. And it's just kind of been my little comic obsession for a while, for a few days anyway. Yeah. So anything else in that important conversation going on with you?
Nope.
Aries is
right here.
kicking it.
Yeah.
Comeback kid.
Yes. We're in the doldrums of summer. So yeah, it's been really hot last week. So I haven't like just laying low and not going out and moving as low as possible, kind of thing.
Well, it's got to be extra challenging with the coat of a husky.
Yeah. So he looks forward to the end of the day when I can open up the house and he can lay outside.
Yeah.
So today's supposed to be our last. Today or maybe tomorrow it's supposed to be our last hot day. It's supposed to be like 10 degrees cooler. So it'll be like
good.
90. Yeah, but it's been like over 100 every day for a few days now.
I looked at the weather, and I think in about a week, it's supposed to, or maybe a week from Friday, it's supposed to get up to 80. So, yeah, it doesn't get crazy hot here until, I know, right? Well, San Diego, like, why is it so expensive here?
Well, I'm talking to Bria up in Eureka, and it's like 70.
Yeah, but Eureka gets up to like 1 million. Also, we don't get up to 1 million.
No,
anyway,
Eureka's right at the ocean. It rarely gets up. I don't think it's ever been that high.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of more like Ukiah.
You go over the mountains to like Redding and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, inland.
Yeah, Redding's has like severe heat warning. I've been over like 105. It's been burning up there. So
when Dave and I first.
There might be some monsoon rains coming your guys' way.
Monsoon rains. Ooh.
Yeah, coming up from Mexico and through Arizona.
That means I don't have to water, which is great. Even though it's kind of meditative, but it takes a lot to get my ass out there to water. So, okay. Well, I'm sure we could go on and on about something else, or I could anyway.
That's what the pencil has to say.
Yeah. Well, you look good.
Thanks. I feel good.
Great.
I got a new watch that actually has like an accurate heart rate monitor and step monitor and sleep monitor. So.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I used to always wear a watch, and well, of course now I don't because I have a phone. But yeah, do you wear it on your? So you wear it on your non-dominant hand?
Yeah.
Right? I think that's normal, but I always wore mine on my left.
This is my left hand, although it looks like it's on my right side in there.
I like your ring.
My camera mirror, like this is my right hand. Yeah. Although if you look at my picture in there, that would be my left hand. If you were sitting the way I'm being shown.
I can see that's your right hand. Anyway, this is a great conversation. I want to see your ring on your left hand, though. What's that green ring?
It's a green, like a piece of rubber kind of thing.
I made it into like, I think it might be brass, and there's, yeah, okay.
Just green.
Well, thanks for fucking it up for me, because now it's
now my camera is zoomed out to cover my hand. Now it won't zoom back. Oh, there it goes.
Wow. Ooh, I think I might need to look into that camera thing.
Yeah.
It makes me think of, this is such another boring story, but whatever. When Dave and I moved into a flat in Hillcrest, hey, Hillcrest, and we basically, this woman needed to move across the country to take care of her ailing father, and so she left most of her furniture, and with the thought she was going to move back in 6 months, and then 8 years later we just took it over. But and we ended up buying the furniture she left for almost nothing. But anyway, but when we first toured the house, I'm like, oh my god, this cabinet is gorgeous, and the lighting was pretty dim, I guess. And it is cool if you just glance at it. And you know what killed it for me? We still have it, and we'll move it probably. It's great, but it's not fancy. And she's like, oh yeah, Walmart. It's like, and it's just, and so I had something taped to it, and you peel it off, and then the fake wood peels off.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, wow. Gosh, Colleen, tell us some more good stories. Yeah. Well, okay, I probably could, but okay. So I won't tempt myself. All right. So, and the as I move on to another subject, when is the Spinal Tap movie supposed to come out? I thought it was supposed to come out this summer. Do you know?
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, I sent you the trailer when I first heard about it. You'd already heard about it, but I haven't heard anything since. I haven't heard anything recently.
Yeah. Man, that's one like, ooh, like that is a tall order to follow up this, dare I say, cult classic
Yeah.
that I saw in the theater. Like when it came out.
I heard they might be making a sequel to Dogma. You're
I never saw Dogma.
Oh,
I never saw it.
Love Dogma. Anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't really into those guys in those movies.
Yeah,
like Kevin Smith.
I think I've seen everything Kevin Smith has made. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I haven't, because I always thought Silent Bob was kind of cute just from afar.
Yeah.
And I know he's Silent Bob, but I've never seen those movies.
I'm kind of a Jason Mewes fan. Just his personal journey through life that he's still alive and turned out okay is, pretty. I don't know. It's good for him.
That goes back to like Chasing Amy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't he do Chasing Amy? I never saw that either.
Yeah, so, that's really what made me. I mean, I thought the whole Clerks and Mallrats was cute, but Chasing Amy was like, wow, that was a really emotionally impactful film. It's like what Jason Lee, Ben Affleck, wow, it was. Some good performances and some heavy.
Yeah, Jason Lee was hot too, but nope, it didn't make it onto my radar. Shannon Doherty.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Shannon Doherty. But she was in Mallrats, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've heard her talk about it.
Lee's girlfriend.
All right. Okay. Seriously, let's move on to some magic. Yeah. So, where do I want to start? Well, let's start with let's do a grounding for the group. So I'm going to go from my heart, pick a chakra, any chakra. You do it any way you want. This is the way I do it currently. And it takes me so much longer to describe it than it does for me to just do it, because I do it in about maybe 5 seconds, unless I'm hunkering down more for some reason. Hunkering down. Wow. Okay. But no hunkering down needed here. Let's just go ahead. And if you're playing along, don't be a dumbass. If you're driving, don't close your eyes like we are. Okay. Be a grown up. Okay. So let's begin. So let's expand out our chakra energies, whatever color it is. And we're ultimately sending our magic out, sharing our energy and our love with the universe, to the far reaches of the universe. And we're opening up our crown chakras and allowing the cosmic energy to swirl through our energy fields, dip down into beautiful Mother Earth Gaia, bring up some of her energy, creating an interface between heaven and earth through us. So that being said, now it's time to put out, well, I'll just say it. Any dead people who need an exit strategy, any dead people who are stuck on this plane that just need a ride home, if you will. Never said it that way. I believe our friend Jesus is on standby to take you home. So and this is an invitation for any dead people or stuck souls with anybody watching live, and for anybody watching in the future. You can do this too. So do we have any dead people that are ready? Yep. Jesus, are you ready? Yep. Okay. So say goodbye to your little dead friends. Here we go. All right. So, have we successfully released any dead people to the light who were just needed an exit strategy? Yep. And I don't think I've said this to this group, and even if I had, who cares? Some things you could hear a few times. Yeah, one of the things I love, without saying any names, because people who are in my group, that's a private thing. Yeah, and one of the women grew up in the Mormon church, and she has since made her way out of that. And so every one of us comes with our own set of like things that kind of filters that we see things through, especially diving into something like energy work and magic, and really taking back your power in a way that you might not have been aware is a thing. And so I hope I haven't already said too much, but anyway, but this person has. So when it comes to dead people or stuck, or maybe dark energies that resonate as dark or show up and make you feel shitty, and they get out your pendulum and like, yeah, it's a dark somebody, to go from a kind of severe religious training to being able to lightly say, like, yeah, somebody dark showed up for me, and I realized, oh yeah, I just, ask them this question, whatever, and take care of it, and it was no big deal. That, my friends, is worth the price of admission for learning how to do this kind of stuff. If you're sensitive, if you're not sensitive, you do not understand what I'm saying, and you are very fortunate. However, I wouldn't trade my sensitivity for anything, because I learned so much from it, and I know how to use it to my advantage now. And life gets better and better and better. Anyway, and as I've probably said before, I've gotten more referrals from other healers when dark stuff shows up for their clients, and they're like, because that religious shit gets in the way. And yeah, it doesn't have to be like The Exorcist. Just saying. Okay. Although my way would make a lot less money in Hollywood for a movie. Unless it was a documentary about what I do, and it will be fabulous. JK, LOL. I like my privacy too much. So, okay. So do I have any takers? Oh, wait, we already did that. So I think we did. Yeah. Okay. I already told you to say goodbye. Okay. So, Jesus, have we successfully released the dead people to the light? Yes. Thanks, Jesus. All right. So, it's safe and appropriate to do some energy work for the group today. Yes. Okay. This is something on my master menu. Yes. Okay. I kind of wish I could do the new thing that's developing, but I don't think it would be for the group. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's more of a personal thing. But I think most of these things are personal things, so that doesn't seem to stop us. Okay, so this is on my master menu. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. No. In column B. Yeah. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1. Yes. In row 3. No. Okay, well, that takes me to my dimensions chart. And let's see what dimension is showing up for the group. Okay. So the dimension that's showing up for the group, or whoever needs it in the group, and that's watching live or in the future. This is in column A, column B, column C. Yes. Okay. All right. This is in an odd numbered row. No, this is in row 2, 4, 4. Okay. The clairs. Okay. So it's mentioning the clairs. And for those of you who don't know, I just playfully call them the clairs, but any of your senses can be heightened. So some people have a heightened sense of, well, they have a vision beyond what you can see with your eyes, clairvoyance. Then there's clairsentience, where you get more messages in your body. I get a lot of those. It's information that you're getting. And when you don't understand it, especially as a child, yeah, you can grow up. I have a friend who grew up thinking she was crazy because she's clairaudient. And no, she's not crazy. And she's tapped into her magic, and now she's done a lot of healing around it. But anyway, this is showing up as a clair dimension. So let's see which one's showing up. Okay, so for the group, we're looking at our clairvoyance. Nope. So clairsentience. No. Clairaudience. Clairgustinance. Clairolfaction. No. That last one is smell, and clairgustinance is taste. So like tasting things that kind of shouldn't be there because you didn't eat something or put something in your mouth. Yeah, and my mentor Khufu, remember when I learned that, any of our senses can be heightened and get messages. He's like, you really don't want clairgustinance, because you don't want to be tasting gross stuff. Okay. Yeah, I don't tend to have that one, but sometimes I smell things that, like, anybody else smell that? No? Okay. It's just all clues. Yeah. So, okay, well, none of the regulars showed up, so we're going to go to my extra magical chart. So let's see. Okay, so these are words that resonate as clairs, at least in my work. Yeah. If you Google them, chances are really good you're not going to find them unless somebody else did something like this and put it online. So, okay. So this clair is in column A. No. Column B. Okay. This is clairaudience, clairolfaction, clairknowing, clairsexual freedom. Okay. Clairsexual freedom. What does that mean? I don't know. It resonates. And that's what we're looking at. So we're looking at our clairsexual freedom dimension. Whew. All right. And the thing, if you haven't gotten the memo yet, in the work that I do and that I teach my students to do, you go where you're led, and it kind of helps take your brain out of it, because my brain's not connecting any dots about my clairsexual freedom dimension or yours. But that's where we're being led. And I'm always on the lookout for different nooks and crannies of our energy field where we have hidden shit to be processed. So we feel better, and we're carrying around less and less of a load, and we see the world through healthier and healthier, more expansive filters. So yeah, so that's why we're doing this. Okay, so it's safe and appropriate to do some work to clean up our sexual freedom, clairsexual freedom dimension. Yes. Okay. It's a mouthful. Okay. So this is something, we're going to use something on my master menu to do this. Yeah. This is in column A, in an odd numbered row. In an odd numbered row. Yeah. Tried to say no, but it's a yes. Okay. This is in column A. Column B. No. Okay. So that takes me to a negative portal that needs to be sealed up. Let me get to the right page. Okay. So, all right. This is a seal 'em up portal. Yep. Okay. So this is in column A, in an odd numbered row, in row 1. No. 3. 5. Not yet. 7. 7. Don't mind me entertaining myself. I'm like this when I'm working by myself too. Just so you know. Maternal remorse. Like, yeah, out loud and everything. Maternal remorse. Okay. So this negative portal called maternal remorse is ready to be sealed up for those of us who need this, as we clean up our sexual Claire sexual freedom dimensions. Yes. Okay, this is safe and appropriate from the light. Are we ready? We are. Give me a moment. Okay. So, all right. And I want you to know I'm controlling myself by not telling you a story about how I do that and how it originated. And if you're old enough, you might recognize this thing. But I'm not going to tell you what that is because I'm going to control myself. Okay. So dangle that not terribly enticing carrot about a commercial from the 70s. Okay. So have we successfully sealed up this portal? Yepers. Okay, cool. So do we still have some more cleanup on Claire sexual freedom dimension? Yes, we do. Okay. I'm not putting this too low because I'm wearing a white tank top. I have another story about that. Okay, I'm going to stop. Okay, so I'm controlling myself. Give me a second. Okay, so there's something else for us to do that's on my master menu for this dimension. This is in column A. Yep, in an odd numbered row. No, it's in row 2, 4, 4, no, 6, no, 8, 10, 10. Okay, the ever popular frozen or atrophied emotions. Okay, so this is a frozen negative emotion. It's a frozen negative emotion. Yeah. Okay, this is in column A. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2, 4, 4. Okay, our winner is unsupported. So frozen energy of feeling unsupported. So just to be clear, if I was working on this for anybody, like one person in particular, we'd get more details about it. But doing it for the group, we get a little extra. We don't tend to need so much information. Okay, so anything else we need to understand or bring light to regarding this frozen energy of unsupported for the group watching live or in the future? Nope. Okay, this pattern of frozen unsupported is ready to be disrupted with a bypass circuitry. Okay, this bypass circuitry or the bypass circuitries are handled by Gaia, Mother Earth. So, and these are like, well, different openings for healing. We'll see which one resonates for her to work her magic for us and disrupt this pattern. So this bypass circuitry is in column A. Yep, in an odd numbered row. Nope, in row 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10. And our winner is, this one always makes me think of an enema, astral detox. Okay, so earmuffs. I did that this morning, as I always do before my show. I think I have a happy liver. Anyway, that's what the coffee is a liver clean out. Anywho, read all about it in my book and drink. Okay, so I said that on my radio show too. I said drink. Like, oops. And then I had to explain why am I saying that. Okay, so astral detox. Let's check in with Gaia. Gaia, are you ready to facilitate the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of unsupported for anybody watching live or in the future? Yep. This is safe and appropriate from the light. Are we ready? Okay, Gaia, do your thing. I'm going to be quiet for a moment. I also didn't swear on my show. And any time I feel the need to, I just say beep.
Good job.
But then I also said, if you want to hear me swear, watch Magic Mondays. Okay. So, and I'm sure everyone just ran to it like, oh, we want to hear that. We don't have enough going on in our lives. Okay. So that being said, Gaia, have you successfully facilitated the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of unsupported for the group? Yes. Okay. So, So do we still have something to clean up on this in this Claire sexual freedom dimension? No. So we're complete with that? We are. Okay, cool. So is there something else to do for the group today? Yes. Okay, this is on my master menu. Yeah, this is in column A. No. Okay, this is in column B. Yeah. Okay, in an odd numbered row. I saw your eyebrows out of the corner of my eye. Goof. Okay, so this is in column B. Yeah, in an odd numbered row. Okay, in row 2. Oh, yes. Okay, so row 2. Okay, this is my traumatized energy fields chart. Let me get to it. Okay, so all right, so there's a traumatized energy field for the group watching live and in the future. Yep. Okay. This is in column A. Yeah. In an odd numbered row. Yeah. In row 1, 3, 3. So what's written there is magic/woo-woo. So if you're a magic person, you probably have a bit of this. Yeah. Traumatize, lots of trauma. That's just what shows up for if I can't speak for all of us magic people, but most of us have been shut down, time and time again for being who we are, even in this lifetime. But the good news is, as my mentor Khufu told me when he didn't even know me yet, he looked me right in the eye and said, "Don't worry, you won't be killed for what you do this time." Still makes me cry a little bit. Read all about it. And this time I'm doing it. 1 second.
Drink.
Man, that is a slow response. Okay. Drink. Okay. Okay, so we're looking at magic woo woo traumatized energy field. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Yep. Okay. Our souls are the only souls that inhabit that energy field. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm just not even going to say what I was going to say. So, is there some healing to be done on aisle traumatized woo woo magic energy field? Yes. Okay. This is something on my master menu. Yes. This is in. Wow. We're over an hour already. I'm like, I just thought, oh shit, I should look at the clock. Whoa. Okay. Well, we're going to finish up with this real quick. I'm not going to leave you hanging. Okay. So there's something energetic to clean up for the group watching live and in the future. Whew. Okay. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A in an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1. Yes. In row 3. Okay. So another portal. So let me get there. Okay, is this a seal 'em up? Yeah, it usually is. Okay, so this is in column A in an odd numbered row. No, in row 2, 4, 6, 8, 8. Streamlining. Okay, or lack thereof. Okay, so it's safe and appropriate to seal up this negative portal for whoever needs it watching live or in the future. Yep, are we ready? Safe and appropriate from the light? Yep, give me a moment. Okay. So, have we successfully sealed up this portal for the group? Yep. Okay, cool. All right. So, is there anything else on this traumatized energy woo woo magic field, traumatized energy field? I could just look at the words, but instead I'm just doing like, what do? It's like we're over an hour. Now I've just completely lost my way. Okay. So anything else? No. Okay. So are we complete? Is that a good place to stop for the group? Yes. Put down the pendulum before I ask another question. Thank you for being here.
My
yeah.
pleasure. Our pleasure.
Yeah. And I'm just going to say it. If you're still watching, whatever, you can stop at any time. But I'm just curious if anybody remembers this commercial from back in the 70s. I think we might have even bought the product. Like somehow we found it. I don't know where we would have found it. Maybe a magazine in the 70s. It's not like we had the internet. Anyway, but it was like if you I think they showed like a picture of the arm of a couch and maybe there was a tear in it or like a burn hole. So it was like really damaged. And it was this whole thing where, if you had a piece of fabric, like for clothes, and there was a hole in it, and how you could patch up the hole and make it look like there was no hole there. And it's like you would take a piece that you could spare of that same fabric, and you'd like, I feel like you like cut it up real small. And then there was this process of like, you seal it in there. I don't remember what the product was.
Put it on there, and then you like would like cover it up and like
Maybe iron it. Yeah, iron it. And so silly. And then it was like, it's like it didn't even exist. The hole didn't exist. And that was kind of my starting point. I do some variation of that in my visualizations of sealing up portals, but that's kind of where it started, my visualization. That's where I was led to.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow.
Like, as seen on TV products, you would like, call this 800 number or send, check or money order to this address.
And you know what? Chances are great it could have been like a Ronco product.
Yeah.
Like we had a smokeless ashtray that my mom would bust out for my dad's relatives who just smoke in our house. Nobody smoked at my house.
We had a pocket fisherman.
I was thinking of a pocket, something else, but that
little folding fishing pole. That had like a little built-in case and all that kind of stuff. You just make it a little,
Ta-da!
Ron Popeil.
All right, Ron Popeil. Oh my God, let's just not even get started. Okay, or go further. We've already gotten started. Thank you for being here. I love you. Thank you. I hope you get something from this. And if I can be of any service to you, please reach out. If you'd like to do a session, or if you want to reach out in any way, energyhealingwithcolleen.com is a great way to get a hold of me. Thank you, Coop, for being here. I love you. I love that we're doing this, and I'll see you all next week, I hope. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
You're magic. We're magic. Magic Mondays with